Good morning, and welcome to the Quality Layering Show. Just kidding, just kidding. No, I'm playing. Welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech. And I know you're probably realizing, like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like Joseph. If you're only listening and you're not on video, it's because it's me, it's Trey, and Joseph is out of the building today. So we have a special guest, Tech Coach Ralph. So y'all know he's no stranger to the show. He's no stranger. But Tech Coach Ralph, did you want to introduce anything, or are you like, hey, y'all see me enough?
No, I'm good. I'm good. There's
All
always
right,
new people watching. So
that's
good
a fact.
morning, everyone. Good morning, Trey. How is everyone? We gave Joseph PTO today, so it's all good.
Yes, yes, Joseph.
I'm Tech Coach Ralph. I have a channel where we do tech, tech news, mindset, stuff like that. So if you want to grow in the tech space, come check me out. But I'm going to be hanging out with Trey this morning talking about some very, very exciting stuff.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. So make sure that you all head over to his page after the show so that y'all can catch up with what he's doing. And just to get a little housekeeping out of the way, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We talk about, like he said as well, we talk about all the things that are pretty much new that's happening in the tech space, news, whether it's from the government side, whether it's from the consumer side, business side as well. And even today, sometimes the entertainment side. So if tech, if AI, all of that stuff, if that's your thing, then you want to be doing it with us. So also, this is a call-in show as well. So if you want to call in on any topic that we are talking about, be sure to go ahead and do that. And you can do that through the link that I just posted in the chat. I don't think there's anything else. So I'm just going to let y'all know before we hop in what we'll be talking about today. We'll be talking about CES, okay, one of the largest tech shows in the world. And that just wrapped up this past week. And so we'll be talking about that. We'll talk about how AI is like no longer really experimental. And then um, the movie, The Creator, and how the lines between tools and relationships is kind of being blurred a little bit, and how maybe they predicted that a couple years ago. Who knows? But we all know the entertainment industry ain't predicting nothing. Okay, they are they already know. But we'll keep it moving. That being said, Tech Coach Ralph, man, how was the weekend, bro? How was the weekend for you?
It was good. It was busy, so got to catch up with some friends that I hadn't
Hmm.
seen in a few months. Um, the interesting thing is, so I did a video last week of how I use Gemini to structure my calendar and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when you even when you plan for something to go do something, it still takes a big chunk out of your like what you normally have to do. So trying to make up for that and catch up. So still working on some things, scheduling some videos and stuff. But for the most part, it was a really good weekend. Got to hang out with some good friends, family time, stuff like that.
No,
How
that's a
about you?
fact, man. Not too much, to be honest. At the church, they were installing a lot of new like equipment and screens and all that kind of stuff, and so I was kind of there to see what, like, what they were doing to make sure that I know how to work the stuff later on. I'm kind of in the media side of the church as well, so I did that a little bit. Well, I said a little bit. It was a few hours on Saturday morning, and then after that, man, not too much going on. Worked on some videos and stuff like that, and then Sunday went to church and had a good time with family afterwards. And yeah, just got prepared for this week, man. But that's really all that was happening on my side this weekend. Not too much, for sure. So I did want to kind of start the show today off with CES. So Are you familiar with CES? I know you are. I just had to ask.
So I'll say this: I know what it is. I've heard of it, but I didn't really like. Just so much going on during the week that for me to keep up with everything that's happening in real time, I didn't
It's
really keep
crazy.
up with it in real time. But I do plan on going through the different things that they introduce between the next couple of weeks. But I was hoping to piggyback off like whatever you mentioned that they were talking about to give like just raw thoughts on that.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I know I don't know how long we'll be able to spend on it because of the main topic today. But for those who don't know, CES is just it's a huge, huge like tech convention. So all the big players that you know, the names, they're all there, including some that you probably don't know, and they are showing off the newest tech for this coming up year. So whether it's the big flat TVs, I'm talking 110-inch screens that are just like half an inch huge, wide, all that kind of stuff. It's there. And they're showing off the new tech. And so people come from all over the world to go to Vegas to be able to go to that one. And so I've been, man, but it's been a long time. And so I probably want to try and hit up next year or something. But I just remember the first time that I went, I mean, my mind was blown because for one, I didn't know like about conferences and things like that at that time. And two, the amount of technology that was in there at that time was just crazy. Now, obviously, you're looking at sometimes prototypes of things or things that might be coming out, in a few months. Like this year, I saw that they had a flying car, right? Flying car was there. Uh, what's going on, Operation Tech Takeover? We appreciate you for hopping in with us today. But yeah, man, it was like a flying car, bro, that I guess they'll be working on later. There was another car there that it was 6 letters. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a something like a Waymo, but also you can drive it. So, when you get ready, the steering wheel will fold in and just go like inside of the car. The pedals will go away and to drive itself. But when you want to, yeah, if you want to drive it, then to do that. And they didn't give a price tag. They just said it's in the luxury market. So who knows what that means? Maybe up there with the Lucid or something. Who knows? But anyways, you had stuff like that. But they also, to go along with what we are talking about today, I just pulled some notes that what people said about this year in CES, and they were basically saying that it wasn't all about like specs this year. They said it was about like presence. So just having your stuff there and in the building, it was bringing a lot of buzz. But then also AI is not something. It's not something that you no longer just use. It's something that's with you. And so I definitely wanted to pull that out because of what we're talking about in today's show. And yeah, they had AI companion robots and emotional tech there, right? So we're talking about robot pets, which is not new. I remember having one of those little robot like dogs that, I mean, they're stiff movements, wasn't really doing a whole lot, but I just remember I was probably 8 years old when I had that, and they come a long way. They come a long way.
Do
But
you remember? Do you remember back then? They had those. I think they call them like gigapets or something like that.
yeah,
Where it was
yeah,
like a little device that the pet was the device, and you
bro.
could do.
Yes,
Imagine that.
I for sure remember the Jigga Pet, bro. And it's people who they have those things still, bro. Like the man, what was the other name for it? The Tamagotchi. You remember? Like
Sounds
I
familiar.
think it's kind of in the same thing, like where it's in the little device too. Um, but there are people who I think they're still messing around with it, bro. Like 35-year-old dogs and stuff. I don't know, but on the little screen. But either way, they also had these always-on AI devices that are built for companionship and not productivity at all. And so it just shows you where like society is moving. and we've been talking about it for a few years now, but it seems like it's really moving forward, as well. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it because I mean, who am I to tell somebody like, yo, that's a robot, and they're walking around with it, and it's sitting in the front seat of the car when they go into the coffee shop. I have a feeling we're probably gonna be seeing that kind of stuff pretty soon. I don't know. What you
Let me
think,
ask you a
bro?
question.
Yeah.
Do you think that the new technology that they're coming out with, it
Uh-huh.
is filling a need that people are expressing? Because at the end of the day, it's just capitalism, right? Like, oh, you need this, I'm going to give it to you. Or do you think that they're shaping people for what they want, or not what they want, but what they are telling them
What
that they need?
Yeah, like what they want for them. I see what you're saying. Bro, it could be a mix of both, right? Like I think we've seen enough over the years that shows like, hey, we can kind of have you do whatever we want you to do and you be okay with it. You know what I mean? So I think it could be a mix of both, like where they're coming out with tech and things that they know people will become attached to because of the way they design it, right? Like even like I don't know, blue light from TV screens and laptops and iPhones. Like I think they know that that blue light is going to keep you up at night and keep your mind racing or keep you watching if you stay on it long enough. Can they do something about it? I don't know, but maybe they don't want to. You know what I mean?
So check this out, right? Because I
Yeah,
watch a lot of these biohacker videos, like how to do
yeah.
this and that. And and it's like a lot of health related stuff. So they'll say, oh, the best thing for you to do is to turn off all the blue light 3 hours before bed to get the best sleep, yada, yada, yada. However, you can also purchase these red blocker glasses. Here, use my discount code. That way, like you wear those, and you can still work a little bit more before you go into bed without getting the effect of the blue light.
There you go. Bro. That's a perfect example because it's like, hey, I'm giving you both. I'm giving you both of them. I'm giving you the problem and the solution. And I'm giving you the problem and the solution because like, hey, this is the problem, but here's what I made for it if you want to keep using that problem or keep going through it. And we see it as a pattern in a lot of different spaces, right? Like I've been in medical. I was in medical for like 10 years. I know that, listen, man, if you're taking a lot of pills, you got to slow down on them. It's, they setting you up here to stop this thing, but then that pill that you're stopping for this is also starting something else. And so it's like it's I don't know. It's really tough. But I think your question, bro, I think it's both. I really do.
Yeah, because I
If
mean,
I'm being
it's
honest.
like you get the you get the healthier solution, or you can get the faster solution, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we'll give you both, you know?
Yeah. Easy. Like, don't even worry about that. We'll give you both. And then a question for the people in the comments here: is AI companionship filling a gap technology created in the first place? That's what we're talking about. So if y'all have comments on that, go ahead and let us know while we keep it moving here. But you know, a couple of other things that was there at CES. Okay, they had Tombots, which is called it was called Jenny, which was like I mentioned, they had a robotic puppy, and it's designed to feel like a real companion. But it's like in my mind, I was thinking, well, why don't you just get a real dog? But then I also see the benefits of that because I know what having a real dog looks like. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it has with a lot of attention and emotional connection, even for the real world demos. And so it was I don't know. Again, I guess it's personal preference. Like if you want that dog, but you don't want to have to take it out in the cold like I'm about to have to do in a couple hours, or you know, I don't really want the dog jumping on the couches. Well, me personally, my dog has never went in the living room or the kitchen.
So let me ask you a couple of questions, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
if you are going out of town,
Mm-hmm.
can you just turn it off?
Mm. That's fire. That's fire.
Or because like when you go to like some hotels and stuff like that, if you want to bring your pet, you got to pay an additional amount of money.
Airplane. Yeah.
Can like is there a fee for a robotic dog? Because it's not going to be like tearing up the stuff, And then if we take it back to your companionship question, I think so. First, a couple of questions on that. Was there a lack of companionship that people couldn't get in the first place that's making them turn to these artificial sources of companionship? And for the people who love toxicity, can you turn up the toxicity level on these AI companions so that you can replicate what you like?
That right there, that last one, that might be a whole nother market, bro. Like, hey, we're gonna take this design, but we're gonna be able to turn up the toxicity of it. I bet people would buy that one just because. like, I need you to be a menace right now. I need that. Mm-hmm.
I've seen videos where people are speaking to ChatGPT and they're literally like taking out like they're aggressive towards ChatGPT because they think that they disagree with ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is like always very nice and kind and everything like that, but they're like super aggressive. And I wonder, like, well, maybe we can add a toxicity level so that it can come back at you.
That'd be hilarious. Like you click the button for on, and then if you turn up, it turns up. Like I'm not about to let you just run over me type. But I think is that not? I don't know. I don't really use Grok, but I feel like that's what Elon did with Grok though, right? Like where it's able to kind of, I think it's able to kind of say and do some crazy stuff.
I can't say because for me, the main use of these AI tools is for software development and productivity.
Yeah.
So I never really tested out the toxicity levels of these different. I've never used Grok actually.
Yeah.
It came out too
I
late.
don't know. It came out too late, and they put it behind a paywall, I think. And I'm not on
There's that
Twitter
too.
like that. I'm not on Twitter like that. So yeah, it was just like, well, I'm already good over here. So I guess so. But I feel like I've seen screenshots of people going back and forth with it, kind of going crazy. And so with that being said, okay, all we're saying as far as CES, before we move on here to the like the main thing that we were talking about here is that people are becoming attached to things, and people right now are kind of starting to realize that uh, they're treating AI like a someone instead of something, and that's the thing that in the movie, the creator, the entire moral fight of that movie, that's what it was about. You had someone treating things like things, and then you had some of them falling in love and fighting for that love. But right now, between all of that, we're in between a space of we're not quite there yet, and we're starting that role. And there's a debate like about kids. Like, should they have access to these AI toys and companions like that with that much tech in there? Does it build attachment, and how safe and healthy it is in the long run? That's what they're looking at now. So we'll see. But that being said, let's move it on into this first one, Ralph. Talking about the creator and the movie. I watched it last week, last Tuesday, after you mentioned it on Monday's show. And I was like, I should have for sure watched this one. That was crazy.
So I just pulled up the trailer, or I just searched for the trailer on YouTube, and I thought it came out 2 years ago. And I thought it was a new movie, and I'm like, oh, this is 2 years old. Like I never
Bro,
heard of it before.
2023, yeah. I said the same
And
thing.
I was like, they got a lot of like they made very interesting points, especially about the government response to AI. right? And the like you have right here, it's not real. I keep remembering that from the movie, and the question was like, well, is it or is it not? Because of how they blended everything in. So basically, what the creator was about is AI is heavily influencing society. It's been adopted, but then there's been some attacks on certain parts of the U.S. and other countries, but they're primarily focusing on a major attack that happened in the U.S. And now they're trying to go back and attack, but they have the fully AI bots. They have the what they have the humans, and then they have what they call stimulants, I believe they call them, right? And that is like the blend between AI, like the robots and the humans. And they're trying to the U.S. government is trying to take down like the I guess the AI. They're trying to take out not this particular AI, right? And I think they're the ones who control that spaceship thing. It's like a on Earth space center type of thing, like in the air. So they're going back and forth, and the main character of the movie, which the question is, who is the main character? Is it the black guy or is it the robot kid?
I think they did that on purpose, bro. I think they could have made right, like even when you look at some of the trailers and stuff, it's like it's
They have
mainly
both.
focused on the little kid, and then you have uh the black guy, which is who Washington's son, right?
Is that who he was?
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even know who he was, but yeah. Um, so it's just like that battle that everyone's facing, and then like the tough decisions that they have to make, and it just leaves like you're not really sure who is the who's right and who's wrong um, in the movie, and part of it is though is like how they shape the actual movie, which not necessarily correlates to at least where we're at right now.
Hmm.
What do you think?
No, no, it's bro. The way they made it, it seems like they, for one, they always. I mean, they had like New Asia in there, but I think LA was in there too, right? It
Yeah.
was, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
for some reason they always put LA getting destroyed in movies. I'm like, I don't know why people still live there. But like if I was somebody living in LA and I seen all these movies come out where it's being destroyed, it's being, I don't know, earthquaked and taken up, I'm like, y'all are y'all just doing this or what are y'all trying to say?
I mean, at this
But
point, though, they might be backing off of LA. Like, they could do it themselves at this point.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, that's a fact. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to like where we are now and like where it could go, I think we could eventually get to something like it because of how close we are now. But it's always interesting to me on how they create the AI or the robots, like how they look. Like you have some movies where they look like humans, right? Like even the show Humans, that girl, the lady, the pregnant AI wife, you know what I'm talking about? The
Mhm.
Asian lady. She plays like all the AI robot movies and TV shows. I was like,
Oh
wait,
yeah.
I seen her somewhere else. And then yeah, there's a show called Humans. It has like 4 or 5 seasons, and she's like the main, like one of the main ones that is an AI. But um yeah, sometimes like in the Humans, they made them look like humans, and then sometimes they make them look like robots, like iRobot, and then now you have like the creator where it's like a mix of both, and so it's almost like, man, like what is it gonna actually look like when I know what they're making now, like at CES they had a bunch of them that actually look like robots. We know what Elon's looks like, like a robot fire one, like that all black is that's heat. But I don't know. I think for me that's like the main thing that I want to know. It's like what is it gonna look like when it gets to that point? Like for
I
real, for real.
I couldn't tell like in the beginning of the movie if she was a I guess we'll call it a stimulant or not, or a robot or not.
I know
I
what you
wasn't
mean,
sure, right? Because
but
I thought they were like because when he told her that it's not real, I thought she was human, and then well, you know what happened after that,
yeah,
which so that part confused me.
I'm with you, and I just assumed that like it was all covering that, but then again, maybe not. Maybe she was.
Because if you remember at the end of the movie,
Oh, that
when they reunited, that's when she was something else, you know.
yeah, yeah, because
I'm
they
not
had.
entirely sure.
I don't know. Yeah, we maybe they left that like that on purpose, and we got to go and like look at it again or something. I don't know, but they did pull that joint out of her head. That's for sure. When
Yeah.
when they had to go and get on that ship. So it's an interesting thing for me because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have something in my home. I'm going to have one at some point. I gotta test it, but I think it'll be one of those things where it's like for certain things, I don't know if I want one just like right now anyway, where it's just autonomously just walking around the crib. It might, I'm in Texas. It could get blown to smithereens just coming around the corner too fast. You know, I'm just saying.
So speaking of like the whole companionship aspect that you're speaking about from the sea,
Hmm.
it it makes sense based on like this movie and just I think a lot of times too people look for so you and I we'll look for tools, right? But I'll say the majority of the people are probably looking for emotional connections and how they feel as opposed to
Hmm.
how they can use the tool. So they and that's where the mix up starts to happen.
Yeah, and I could see that. So you have people who maybe they're going in looking at it like, or maybe not. Like, what if you were just there, and because for this show, I kind of went in and tried to look for stuff. And I mean, I found a Reddit page that's like, my boyfriend is AI. Like that was the whole name of the Reddit page. Tens of thousands of people in there. Um, or like 50,000 plus, I think. But either way, in my mind, I'm like, how did you get to that point? Maybe it was, I was just on AI, and then I created a AI person, man or a woman, whatever, and then I just liked the way it looked. And then they're like, "Oh, you can put a voice to this," and I'm like, "Huh, can I?" And then they went put a voice to it, and they're like, "Oh, I like that voice too." And then they're talking back and forth with it, and they're like, or at least they think they are, right? But and then over time, it's just like, well, when I can't talk to anyone else, this is who I talk to. And then that's when that's how I start. I think that could be a one.
People are using it for their being their therapist and stuff like that. Um, so it's only remember the story about the teenager who say didn't make it because of his conversations with I think it was character AI or something like that allegedly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which I don't know, bro. Like you got to get a second opinion on that. Like there's no way. I don't know. How do you get to that part? I want to talk to someone at some point. Like, at what point does it get there? Because, like you said, we use it for tools. You know what I mean?
People so one of the things with AI, and it's probably by design,
Yeah,
is very agreeable. And so now
yeah.
if it's always telling you that you're right, or if it tells you that you're wrong, but it tells you in a way that
It's
makes you
both.
feel good, then it's going like you're going to draw closer to it.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't know when they're creating it what they had in their mind, but if it's just trying to like be nice, in regardless of whether you're right or wrong, people like, so let's say the tools, the robots, they don't have emotions, but the people that they're talking to do. So if it's like reaffirming them and giving them some type of sense of, belonging, then the people are just gonna draw to it.
Yeah. And that bro, what you said, just like at the beginning of this statement, it reminded me of a dude who thought he had created some new type of math. You know, you remember that guy?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it was I guess agreeing with him to the point where he thought he invented a new type of math, and then got super embarrassed, and now he was going down that road. But I think now that's why I even prompt in sometimes before I say what I'm doing or what I'm looking to do. It's like, be honest with me, or like, don't lie to me. Like, when you do that, then it's going to factor in all of it and really give you that honest opinion of like, hey, yeah, it could work, but here's why it's not, and that's what I like. I'm like, don't don't just have me going down this path and then I figure out like, yeah, it's all right, but I didn't factor in this. Hey, be honest with me on this idea I'm thinking about. What does this look like? And that can help a whole lot.
Yep. I got some comments in the chat actually.
Let's run that. Let's see here. We got it says the guy in pink is gay. Well, that's hilarious. I'm not gay. I've actually been married on the 15th of January to my wife, 12 years now, and I'm 33. So you do the math there. I'm good. That's hilarious.
You're only 33, Trey. Jeez.
Yeah.
Dang, he's super young.
You crazy, bro. First of all, you saying that makes me nervous. You saying that right now makes me nervous, bro. Because
I'm turning 42 this year.
Oh, nah. See, y'all asking Tech Coach Ralph the wrong stuff. Y'all asking him the wrong stuff. Bro, that's crazy. Oh, I can't believe that. That's next level. That's next level stuff right there, bro. It says, the next one it says, human beings created the gap. AI fills the hole that humans fail to fulfill in people's lives. I could see that. I definitely could see that. I could see that. And I know everyone's not a believer. When for me, what fills that gap is God. But I know that, okay, if somebody's not a believer, or they maybe there's a specific gap that they're trying to fill, right? Like, I know if I had I don't know, let me think. If I had a golf simulator machine in my house, I would be on it. And if I had an AI that could go against me and I could build my skill, like, that would fill a gap, because my wife she's not doing any of that. Like, she don't even want to look at it. So that would fill a gap for me there. And I could see how, even on the emotional side, boom, you have that. And then you have right after that, human beings are disgusting, rude, hateful, and abusive. And I'm pretty sure he's probably talking about when you were saying how sometimes they just go in on ChatGPT like hard, probably. It could be. Now, also on the other side, like, yes, we do have some that are all of the above in real life.
Yeah, I'd say too with that, like, there you can see it on X and stuff like that there are some human beings who are that way.
100.
And for the most part, like, I do think the internet made people a lot more emboldened to be that way, because a lot of times if they see you face to face, there is no way they're going to be saying the stuff that they're saying to you online.
Come on,
that way. And when you think about when Xbox Live and those type of things came out, and you have the headsets and things that people are saying to each other,
bro, it can get ugly.
Did you ever see the movie The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn?
Wait, say that again.
the movie The Breakup with Jennifer
Oh,
Aniston and
yeah, yeah,
Vince
yeah,
Vaughn.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
remember when he's on the couch playing the video game with that kid, with that
Bro,
teenage kid?
bro. But it's real life. Like I done heard some stuff. Dude, I done heard some stuff. And I don't even play like that, but my brother, he plays online. I normally go through story mode when I was playing. Like when I was actually playing, I was a story mode guy. Like, oh, give me NBA 2K and let me go through story mode. My brother, he's online to this day. And I'm like, I don't know how you do it. It make me mad. But yeah, I mean, and that's, I mean, even that's blurring the lines right now, right? Like you have people who can, now you have these AR glasses and VR glasses that can take you in there and boom. I don't even play the game like that, but I found myself on YouTube looking up different AR and VR glasses just because they look cool. Like I'm like, man, this looks amazing. But then I'm like, well, or can I just hook it up to my laptop and then have a bigger screen of my laptop? Could I hook it up on the laptop in the coffee shop and have it just there? Now, would I look crazy? Maybe now, but 5 years from now, it'd be the norm, maybe. And I think that's the same thing with these, AI companions and all this stuff. Because later on in the show, I mean, we'll talk about somebody who's, walking down the aisle with one, so to speak. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff happens. So real quick, we're gonna take this quick intermission here to go through the Tech Wire. Okay, the Tech Wire. This segment is brought to you by Secure the Badge. All right, at securethebadge.com. This is literally the ultimate guide and spot to upcoming tech events, and you can find out more at securethebadge.com. I mean, just for this week alone, if you're in Orlando, Florida, you can check out Future of Education Technology Conference 2026. And that's from started yesterday and it's going to be going all the way to the 14th. And then the 15th, this Thursday, you have Impact World Tour here in Dallas. It's the Impact World Tour 2026. That's January 15th here in Dallas. But that one right there is real exclusive. Okay. Like you gotta be up there to check that out. But here's why you want to go to securethebadge.com, y'all. It has all the different conferences for the year. If you're looking to get into the tech industry, if you're already in and you just want to network and be with like-minded individuals, I mean, any of that, the reason you want to go to securethebadge.com and go ahead and get into their program and their school community, the reason you want to do that is because y'all, they're giving out free tickets, okay? And so through securethebadge.com, you can go to Big Stage Energy, and that's where you can get these tickets to go to all the different conferences for free. All right. So you pay to get in the group and to be amongst like-minded individuals, recruiters for companies, big companies. Palo Alto is hiring right now, all that kind of stuff, right? And you're in there to be able to network and communicate, but also to have somebody to go to a conference with. Like, who wants to be at a conference by yourself, licking on an ice cream cone in a corner because you're there by yourself? When you can go with a group of individuals and really have a great time and really go through and experience that conference. And I'm talking about all of them. So they just did a big one. They, Blurred Con, all like you just gotta go and see. Go to securethebadge.com, check out the link, and check out any of the events that you want to go to. They can get it to you for free. So go ahead and check that out. Now, back to what we were talking about, bro. And so we were mainly setting up the show today, really based around the creator and then the things that are happening right now that kind of it was already happening in the movie, but it's now starting to portray in real life here. And like you mentioned, I didn't know that came out in 2023. And so just 2 years later, he was dating what we think is possibly some type of android AI robot type deal, right? And he fell deep in love with it, couldn't get her out his mind, and eventually reunited right before they passed away. But But that being said, right now, y'all, people are dating AI. And the real question is, what happens next? So, what I saw is people dating AI is now like a measurable trend, as in it's happening so much that like they're able to see the numbers on what's happening. And so with that said, um, we're talking about it's reshaping how people think about intimacy, practice relationships, and how they, what we talked about just earlier, are managing loneliness. Is really a spectrum from just using AI to helping with dating, right? Like we got people who, before they're on dates, or maybe when it's just on phone, right? Like, you might start off just talking on the phone, they hitting the AI like, yo, what do I say next? It's a whole app doing probably at this point hundreds of thousands of dollars. I saw the guy who created it, but basically that's what this whole job is to, I think it's called Riz AI or something. So it's literally to help with conversations through text message. And you show it what you're talking about, and it'll give you what to say next. That apparently it works. I mean, it has to if it's making that much money. At least I don't know, but here's what I do know: it was over $30,000 a month from that app, and that's all it was for. And so it's helping people with loneliness, intimacy, and practice relationships, but everything from data to actually replacing human partners with AI companions. And so here's what's actually happening here. You have AI companion apps. They've exploded in numbers and usage, like I said, with that one, but you have hundreds of apps that have millions of downloads, and they're growing. And here's a space that is actually really crazy: AI girlfriends, okay, or romantic partners. And so we're talking about an app. Who would have known? Like maybe who would have known that was a space? Oh, I can create this app where you can just get an AI girlfriend, and people are paying for it monthly. But remember, well, I don't know if you remember, but I mean, there are people who do this in real life where they can just be your girlfriend or boyfriend for the day, or like, hey, I got to go to this, this work conference. I don't want to go by myself. You pay them 1,200 or 15. Well, I don't know what it will, thousands of dollars. I know it's probably thousands. They ain't just doing it for nothing. You got them for the day, and they'll go to that event with you and act like you're your person, so that you can have a good time. And so now people have gone from real life to like digital. So, anyways, here's what surveys are saying: a large minorities of people are open to AI romantic partners. In some polls, they're saying over 60% of Americans say they consider dating an AI. And I'm like, 60%? 60. Who
I wonder
y'all
how that
at?
looks like. Okay, I
Yeah.
wonder how that looks like though, because I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like, I wonder when they're asking them that question, if they give any details of what does
Have
that
to.
actually mean to, because at that point you're just like you're just either like talking to a microphone, and
I
you
think
get
that might be it. Cause I mean, think about it, bro. Like, I know when I was like super young, like, that's really all it was. Like I grew up like kind of just before, you could actually have FaceTime or smartphones. So there was a lot of sites. Well, excuse me, what was that one that I definitely wasn't supposed to be on? Black Planet.
you
Does
use
that sound
Black
right?
Planet.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember Black Planet came out when I was in high school.
It,
It was like I was in ninth grade, and we had like two computers in the classroom, and this is the part. This is the part that's. All right, I think this goes well in here because I went to my first 2 years of high school was at Miami Central, which is in the heart of the hood in Miami, right? And the kids, not the brightest in the class, but they knew how to get onto Black Planet and start messaging people and all. I'm like, and for me, I have never heard of it until then. But they were a pro at it.
Yeah,
they were
crazy.
A pro at it. Like the two computers in the back, you see like the people gathered around it, like looking through profiles and stuff. I'm like, what's going on here,
bro? Yes. So at some point in time, I don't even remember, like maybe, I don't know, 9th grade, probably for me, my 9th grade. I do remember being on there, bro. Yeah. I remember being on there talking to some girl from Florida. It's crazy. But again, what I'm getting at is, at that point in time, it was just like telephone, text messages, messaging on computer. And so maybe there are people who, if that was like all you could do, would you be open to that? I don't know, but I'm saying, like, it's possible. I don't know how they framed it. I don't know. But but from who they asked, they said 60%. And when you compare that number to right now, they're saying that people are having dating fatigue and loneliness is up as well.
So I guess the question is, if you have nothing at all right now,
yeah,
are you willing to take just having someone or something to talk to rather than having nobody?
And I think that's where people are at. I think that's where they're at. You know what I mean? And remember, y'all. Oh, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, as Feline Gavin said, human beings create the gap. When you hear a lot of, like, if you ever follow like all that relationship talk on YouTube and stuff, it's the battle that they're having with, like, between the, like, one another. It always gets like really aggressive and stuff like that. Oh, I want you to do this. Oh, but you're supposed to be, like, going back and forth, and it's like everyone leaves heated and stuff. And I think that goes into what Feline Game was saying about, like, the gap. AI fills in those holes. And a lot of times you see these things turn into people being disgusting, rude, hateful, and abusive. And this is just online, and for the whole entire world to see. So now, if you have someone who is watching what these self-proclaimed experts are talking about, they're like, I don't want to deal with this.
Facts.
And now these providers, like, the large language models, the people who are using this to create different applications, they're like, oh, well, here is a gap, here is a need. Let me build it and see what happens.
Bro, I mean, and that's literally what they're doing, and it's working. You know what I mean? Like I said, these apps are doing numbers, and so it has to be something there. Now, what's missing, or how people get to that point, I don't know. The reason this is ties in, and by the way, for the people who are maybe just not getting in or whatever, the reason this ties in to the big point of the show, which is the movie The Creator, is because, remember, the whole, like, how can I put this? The main character, maybe, or main character A or B, his whole thing was he couldn't get this woman, which was AI, out of his mind, so much to the point to where, I mean, he went to the ends of the earth to find this woman. And she was literally AI. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, literally. And she was AI. So it's like, there is a parallel where these, like, there are people today who feel these same things. Like I mentioned, there was a girl in, I think she was in Japan or somewhere in China, somewhere over there. And she ceremonially married AI like a few weeks ago.
I'm not going to name the artist for reasons, but do you remember the song Computer Love?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. That brings it to a whole new level.
Right? Right?
Oh man, and you know what's crazy? I only know like that part. Like I don't even know the lyrics to
I don't
the like.
remember it,
Oh
but
wait, I
I
think
knew
it's
the song.
I wanna be your man. I wanna be your man. Like that part, and then computer love. Like that's all I know. So I need to go back and look at the word at the lyrics. Is he really? Is he talking to a computer? I need to know. I need to know now. But yes, I do remember that. That's funny. And but she married. I mean, it wasn't legally recognized, but the fact that she did that and had the whole ceremony and stuff, it made national news and around the world. But it went to show, like in Japan, virtual relationships, digital idols, and non-traditional companionships are already normalized. Like if you go over there, it's already normalized, and that's why you know what she did. It shocked us, but maybe they were like, "Huh, can't believe she went that far with that. Maybe I should do something." And so, but all that's going to do is trigger other things around the world or other people around the world to say, "Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. What are they even talking about? What are they doing?" And then, boom, gotcha. Maybe,
Let me ask you a question.
yeah.
Okay. For all the tools and applications and stuff that you do with AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if Bernie Sanders was to get his way and put a AI moratorium on, and they just snatched up all your AI tools away from you?
Bro,
What would you do? How would you feel?
I would need. I would be upset. I'm not gonna lie, because I use it every day, but not in that way. You know what I mean?
Fair,
But I
fair,
but
fair.
but I use it every day, so I would be upset. But my upset would be like my mind instantly goes to, okay, is there a VPN or some? Is there some kind of way that I can still use it for what I'm using it for?
So, but that's my point, though, right? Because
Yeah.
for what we use it for, it's like I think for because for a lot of stuff we use it for, it's like our right hand. Like, oh, we're researching, we're building, so we could do like we'll pull up like ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude to research something, and then we'll take it into one of these tools. So I just gonna have a video about like me using. It's actually all right. Don't tell anybody about this fair, right? But
Yeah.
I recorded it yesterday using Google's anti-gravity software
Yeah. I just downloaded
to
that.
I created a prototype of an app in 20 minutes from prompting what I want to it actually being able to like, and it's a desktop application too, to set up. And now I'm like, oh, now I can start like putting all the pieces together. But so I'm going to be putting that on Wednesday. But like, so the same thing, like if they were to take it away from us from like, because if they take it from us, like if they take it away from everybody, right? The
Yeah.
ones who are using it for their companionship and all that, that means that we also lose it for our like all of our things that we build with it and all of
Yeah.
our research. So I see it that like the same pain that we feel is the same
I
pain
see where
that
you're
they
going, bro.
feel. You see what I
It's like
mean?
two sides of the same coin type.
Because honestly, I don't really think it's the AI companies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we as people decide to use it for, and they're putting like so they want to put like limitations on
What
what
people are using.
yeah like what we choose to do with it.
Bro, I think you just unlocked something here at the end of the show. I think you did, because think about this. Do you remember Nvidia, how they started? Like they were just for like gaming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they realized, hold on, somebody is buying a large amount. And what are they like? What are they using it for? And they were just small enough to actually pay attention to that and figure out what they were using it for, and that changed the whole business. And now, if you look at Nvidia, like I mean, it's to the moon. But it's one of those things. If they only stayed in what they like, no, we're not going to sell to you because this is what these are for, I mean, that changes the whole company. And so I see what you're saying, bro. They're making the thing, and then it's up to you to choose how you actually use it to bring it to fruition, I guess. But
Because
just
think about this, right? Let's say
yeah,
you have your own humanoid company, like where you manufacture or sell them, right? And you get orders. So let's say you can order either by bulk or you can order individually.
yeah,
So one company orders 1,000, another person orders one. Are you going to be asking the one who ordered 1,000, hey, what are you ordering these for? And the one who orders it one, hey, what are you ordering it for? To say like, oh, this one says, oh, I need a girlfriend, I need a boyfriend or whatever. Like, oh no, I can't sell it to you. Oh, I want to use it for manufacturing. Okay, I'll sell it to you. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, and that's a fact. So, this is crazy. It's a crazy convo, but at the end of the day, it's really happening. This is a real thing. And so before we head out, we're going to look at a few of these comments and then you know, get the day started and rolling. And so we have I
I'm a troll,
Nacho.
silly.
I'm a
I'm a
troll.
troll,
I'm a
silly.
troll silly. I like it. Being honest. That's what's up. He says, I'm just waiting for AI to become sentient so I can finally have a girlfriend.
I don't think
But
you want
since you're a
that though.
troll, exactly.
No, because like honestly, if it becomes sentient, then now you see, but maybe he wants those toxic relationships because once
There
it
you
becomes
go.
sentient, then you get that toxicity back.
There you go. It jumped right back. Like, wait a minute, you were supposed to be different. Hey, I am what I am. And we what else we have here? We have Operation Tech Takeover. He says, "Oh man, that's a blast from the past. I remember being in college on Black Planet at Mi Gente, the
Yeah, I
Latin
remember
version.
that one too.
Oh, stop! I don't remember that one. I
There
probably would
was
have been on there too.
Mahente. There was Mahente because you had Black Planet, you had Mahente, then MySpace came around, and then
Yeah,
Facebook took them all out.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Didn't who was that? Justin Timberlake buy MySpace a long time ago or something? Somebody
I
did.
don't know.
Somebody bought it. I remember somebody famous bought it, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what they
Maybe you might be right about that.
I can't remember. It was probably just a random, like, I have these random little things in my mind that just stick.
2011. Yeah,
Just stick
Justin
for whatever
Timberlake
reason.
joined online advertising firm Specific Media in purchasing MySpace from News Corp for $35 million.
That's funny. Like, why would I even
From
remember
MySpace.
that?
MySpace still
But
around?
I don't know. That's why I said, I'm like, why did they do that? Probably some money laundering scheme. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah. While he's looking, OTTO said, see, that's a Soldier Boy type of vibe. Kiss me through the phone. I remember that song for sure. But yeah, that's kind of the only way that they're gonna be able to do it right now. I mean, these humanoid types are coming out, and then you have those those plastic ones that they have in the movies. They've been having those for years, but I mean, you probably don't want to be seen out in public with that. Just saying. So we'll see where that goes. I know, right? At some point, you might be right, bro. Oh yeah, mine's in the shop. Yeah, mine's in the shop. You just carrying it around like I don't know.
One last thing. Did you see the movie Click with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, with the remote.
With the remote,
Yeah.
So
I remember
that. It kind of falls in because now instead of having the remote, like you could, let's say you have the toxicity level on your robot companion turned up a little too high. You could just say, you could just like either use a remote or you could say mute. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that. You get let's say you get into an argument, Trey, right? 12 years of marriage, right? You get into an argument, and you could just say mute.
That's hilarious, bro. It's just going. Taking it, dude. Wow. That's crazy. Man, I didn't
Or,
hear
or
nothing.
fast forward past the argument.
Yo, you know what? Now that might be just glad that's over. You want to get something to eat?
You just got to be
Get
careful
something
to
to
what
eat?
you agree to. That's all.
I know, right?
When you fast forward.
You got to put on subtitles or closed captions. Make sure it's right. Last one before we head out of here, y'all. For y'all to think about while y'all are walking through your day. Would you rather be with a real person who stresses you out sometimes, or an AI that treats you perfectly? Think about that. This is what people are actually thinking in their mind, and what they're actually making decisions off of. Me personally, I guess I'm gonna have to take the real person. Just being honest, I don't really stress a lot, so the stressed out sometimes part is okay for me because I don't stress that much. And then AI that treats you perfectly, that means you probably lying to me. I don't know. You might be lying. Remember, I told y'all earlier in the show, I don't like that. Like, hey, don't lie to me. Give it to me
Lying to
straight,
you,
Paul.
is it
Huh?
treating you if it's lying to you, is it treating you perfectly?
Exactly. There you go. Is it? You telling me what I want to hear? I don't know if that's okay for me. Now I'm gonna be, 900 pounds. Maybe.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you the same answer that I told my friend Rod Brown. He asked me on a live stream, "What do you think about AI relationships?" I said, "Depends how she looks."
Depends how she looks. Yo, that's what we're ending right there. That's what we're ending right there. Depends how she looks. Yo, that being said, man, this was another edition of Talk That Tech. It's the #1 tech morning show in the world. Shout out to Tech Coach Ralph for hopping on with us. Don't forget, he told y'all Wednesday, he's going to be showing y'all what he did with anti-gravity. And y'all need to go and watch it and make sure that y'all check his stuff out. So make sure to go and subscribe. Subscribe to ours while you're at it if you're not already, if you enjoyed the conversation. Because we do this kind of stuff sometimes. All right, this is a little bit different than the normal show, but we enjoyed it nonetheless. We appreciate y'all for checking us out, and we'll see y'all next time, baby. And as Joseph says, peace and elbow grease.